Well, hello, Wiener Wagon fans and followers. This is John Landis from the original Wiener Wagon, and this is the paint booth that I had put together a few weeks back in an area down here under my house next to my shop. And it was an area that was subject to moisture. Nice thing is it stays cool, and it does stay pretty dust free down here. So we took some moisture barrier and we covered the ground real good and enclosed this area. I used a product up on the bottom of the floor here called attic foil, which is a really great product. It was something that I used up in my attic to help with the radiant heat, and it worked really good in our attic, which is probably a video alone I could do for a lot of homeowners that want to help keep some of the heat out of their house from coming down in the living space. So I covered the area uh, underneath the floor, so keep the insulation from falling, and help try to seal off this area with this attic foil. And then I came in with moisture barrier, had a lot of material left over, and we kind of just covered the walls down to the floor, and then used this Tyvek tape, which is really good product, to help seal it all up. And I got a hold of some old industrial mats through Cintas, and from the dealership I work at, some old mats that we had to help keep the dust off of the plastic, keeping it from getting slick, and also help kind of insulate a little bit. And this is the rotisserie I made. This is what I use now to paint my chassis. This is a good way to try to hold it in place, and because my ceiling is so low in here, I didn't want to get a lot of paint up on my lights. I made this here to be able to rotate the chassis in different angles so that I can paint it and get a good coat all the way around. So basically, I've got these knobs here locked in. I can lock in and hold it, and I can get different angles as I turn it and rotate it around. And like I said, that way I've got one direction I can spray. Instead of having to turn upside down and turn sideways, I can move the chassis in the different angles. So I'm kind of excited to try this out tonight and see how this works. I kind of created I guess you would call it a side draft effect. I got that blower up on the wall that a good friend of mine donated to me, and I attached some old style air filters to it to help keep a lot of the dust from outside coming in, but also help catch any of the overspray that goes out. Now, a lot of the painting I do is actually out of spray cans. I find some pretty good products that I use, and I'm not painting a whole bunch, so environmentally I think it's pretty sound and safe. And like I said, this will catch a lot of the overspray. And I made my own little filter holder here to help filter the dust that comes through and catch a lot of it, to try to keep this area as dust free as possible. Now, I know that these are just chassis for what some people would say a wagon, but I put a lot of work in these. I'm pretty proud of these wagons, and I want to make sure that, if I'm going to retail these and sell these to people, I want to make sure that they've got a good finish on them. They look good. So this will be a way that I can paint, not have to worry about the weather, not have to worry about dust and dirt, and not have to worry about anybody messing with my stuff. Or biggest thing is with the environment, the wind. It's such a challenge to paint. Find a good day and wait for a good day. So I come up with this booth to try to help with that. I picked up these lights at Sam's Club. They're pretty nice. They were $29.95 a piece. They just plug right in, and they do have outlets on the back side of them where you can plug in other lights. So basically, I've got just one cord that I had, and it was just an extension cord I ran just for one light that I had, and I was able to plug into here, then tandem this other light off of it, and of course I've got my blower switched on it. So basically, all I have to do here is switch this on, and I've got my blower, and I've wired the blower up on the slowest setting. I wanted to try to create just a mild draft, just enough draft to help pull any of the paint and paint it out. And some of the paints I've been using, I've noticed that if I can get a mild draft to help pull the paint to the item, it seems to coat really, really good and well. One of the things with this PVC pipe and you're painting in these joints, it's easy to get the paint up on these areas, and then some of the paints I've been using are a tinted clear coat, so you end up getting more paint here and less in these joints, and you get an uneven coat. So I've noticed that if I can get a draft to help pull it, I can get a good even coat down in these tight spots. The product I've been using lately is by Dupli-color, and it's their Metalcast series, and this is the base coat that I'm going to be applying tonight. This is their Metalcast product. You can pick it up at any of the auto parts stores. It sells for about $9.98 for a can, and I've painted a couple chassis with it. I tell you, I've been really impressed with it, how it works. I did watch a lot of YouTube videos on it, and everybody gave good reviews on it, so I gave it a shot. And I've been really impressed with this product. I've painted, this will be the third chassis I paint with it, and I'm not going to be able to show any of the painting video while I'm painting because I can't hold the camera at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll just take a couple of video shots and put them all together. And this particular chassis actually needs to be in a teal color, and they don't offer that color in teal. So I discovered that if I took 2 coats of blue and a coat of green, I can get the shade that I want. So that's what I'm going to go with tonight. So this is going to be the first attempt in our paint booth, and see how well this goes. And like I said, I'll just do a couple of videos, put them together, and stream them as one. So look forward to see the final outcome.